Hi there, Maggie Gibbons, Walk Manager for the Michigan Great Lakes Alzheimer's Association. Thank you so much for volunteering your time to help us on Walk Day. We are so excited. We're going to have a fabulous event this year, and we know that we couldn't do it without you. So I'm going to jump right into volunteer instructions for registration. We've got two types of walkers that will be registering on Walk Day. Folks that have already registered on the Walk website. So those are people that have already signed up and started raising money. And then we also have not yet registered. So there are some similarities to these types of walkers as well as some differences. So hang in, we're going to start really quickly with not yet registered. So every single walker that shows up on Walk Day needs to be registered. It doesn't matter if they are 18 months old or 99 years old, they have to be registered for liability purposes. So we've got these really nifty envelopes. All they have to do is fill out their information and sign at the bottom. Really easy. So the first thing I want you to do as a registration volunteer is I want you to thank the people, the walker that is coming up to your table. Thank you so much for being here. We're glad to have you. Hey, do you have any self-donations or fundraising donations to turn in today? That's really important. A lot of people, this is their first time coming to Walk, and they might not know it's a fundraiser. So we're really trying to make sure that everybody knows that we are going to have a good time in a party and try and fight, celebrate the fight that we're doing right now. But we also really want to try and raise that money and reach our goal. So again, thank you so much for coming. Have you registered yet online? No, I have not. Okay, great. Fill this out for me. Again, all that information. Do you have any self-donations or any donations to turn in, or would you like to make a self-donation today? We can take credit card this year, which is really exciting. Don't worry, you don't have to worry about that. We've got trained staff and some other volunteers that will be hanging out behind you with the iPads. So that's really easy to do this year from a credit card or a debit card. So that's exciting. So if your person says, no, I don't have any donations to turn in, you say, that's okay, thanks so much. You have them fill this out, sign it at the bottom, and you're done. If they say that they do have donations that they want to turn in, what I want you to do is I want you to pass this over to them. I don't want you to have to sit there and try and count money. Sometimes they don't know how much is there. So it's really important that you hand this to them. If they've got a whole bag of change or a bunch of checks that they need to add up, just ask them to step to the side and add that up so that you don't have to worry about that. So again, if they have donations to turn in, you're going to hand this to them. They're going to hand it back to you all ready to go. And then every single registered person gets a wristband. Okay, so this is like their ticket in. This is how they'll get their promise garden flower. This is just how we'll know that they've actually registered. There are $3 amounts that I want you to look for. I want you to look for $100, $500, and $1,000. Okay, so we don't have a registration fee for our event, which is really great. Anyone and everybody can come and just help us work towards, our goal of a world without Alzheimer's. But to do that, we ask that everybody makes a self-donation if possible. So $100 is the key to get a t-shirt. So again, no registration fee, but to get that $100, or I'm sorry, to get that t-shirt, you need to raise or make a self-donation of at least $100. Okay, so people that aren't registered yet might not know that. So it's really important for you to tell them that. So to get that wristband, anybody can get that wristband, but raise or make a self-donation of at least $100. So hopefully that person that's walking up, you say, do you have any donations to turn in? They say, sure, I'll make a $100 donation so that I can get a t-shirt. If they've reached that $100 level, you will have them write in how much they've donated. And then you're going to call back to the person behind you. We've got some t-shirt runners back there. Just say, hey, I need a large, and they'll toss it over to you or bring it over to you to make sure that your walker has that t-shirt. So that's that first number that we want you to look for, regardless if they're not registered or already registered. $100 to get a t-shirt. Then next is $500. $500 is our champion level walker. These are our folks that are raising a good portion of our money, and they're our VIPs, and we want to celebrate them. So if you see a walker that has raised or making a self-donation of at least $500, you are going to have a cowbell sitting in front of you. We are going to ring this cowbell as soon as a champion comes up and we realize that they're a champion. If you hear a cowbell, even if you're in the middle of talking to somebody who's not a champion, I want you to pick up your cowbell and ring it. And we will have a chorus of cowbells going. We're really going to love up on our champions and show them how much we appreciate them. So in addition to a wristband, a champion will get another wristband, a gold wristband. This is kind of their golden ticket to the champion's tent, which is a fun celebratory place over across the way. So again, that cowbell gets rang for anybody that raises a $500 or more. Now, there is one more number that I asked you to remember. That's $1,000. Those are people that have raised $1,000 or more, and those are our grand champions. So, again, part of that champions club, but we are going to ring those cowbells. We're going to high five, we're going to hoot and holler, and have a big old party and thank them for all the work that they've done for us. So, in review really quickly, everybody needs to fill out an envelope if they're not yet registered. They don't have any donations to turn in, that's fine, but please make sure you ask. If they do, hand it over to them. They'll stuff them in, seal it up. You need to give everybody a wristband. To get a t-shirt, you got to raise $100 or make a self-donation, either way. And then if they are $500 or more walkers, then they get a golden ticket and we're going to ring those cowbells. So that is not yet registered. For people that are already registered, that means that they've registered online. And it's really easy. I've got these little labels here. This one was already used from a walk a little while ago. And what it has on it is the person's first and last name. So it's sorted by last name. And it tells us how much they've already registered for walk. Or I'm sorry, how much they've already raised for walk. So this person had raised $150 before walk. On walk day, she didn't turn in anything, which is fine. And she then had a total of $150. So she got that t-shirt. She got a wristband for her t-shirt. And that worked out well. So if somebody is not turning in donations, they're not turning in donations on the day of, they're already registered, they've already done their thing, all you have to do is just cross off their name. You do not have to take the label off and use an envelope. Okay, we want to save these envelopes for if people are making self-donations. We want to not waste those envelopes. So that is what I want you to look for. So again, if they do have donations to turn in, which oftentimes people that are already registered do, hand over this envelope, have them stuff their donations in here, total it. And you might have to do a little bit of math. Sorry about that. There's some calculators on the table for you. But you're going to take what they've already registered, already donated, already fundraised, plus anything that they're turning in today and giving us a grand total here. So that grand total, again, might take you to $100. So you got to make sure you get them a shirt. It also might take you to $500 or $1,000, like we were talking about for the not yet registered. So again, anybody over $500, you're going to pick up that cowbell. You're going to ring that. If people around you start ringing cowbells, please pick up yours and, high five and handshake the person in front of you and give them a golden ticket, a golden wristband to get into the champions tent. I think that that's all that I have for you today. Don't worry. We've got lots of people that are trained, lots of people that answer questions. You don't have to know it all. This is just supposed to give you a little insider information before you show up on walk day, so that you have a really good idea of what you're in for and what we need from you. So thank you so much for donating your time. We absolutely could not do the work that we're doing without all of our amazing volunteers. We're going to have a great walk day. And thank you again for joining us. See you soon.